How's it going? It's Joy. I'm back. You guys, did you miss me? I'm here. So you guys, I'm out and about running errands like usual. But today, you guys, I actually wanted to touch on a quick topic today. Not gonna be too long. I was wondering what you guys' thoughts were. So I wanted to talk about self-awareness and self-restraint and maturity, of course. And I do also want to talk about, when people are evil towards you, or maybe someone tries to take advantage of you, just kind of, working through that, overcoming that, and, do your best to, get away from that individual or that circumstance and, moving beyond that, right? Blue, what's up? So, yeah, you guys, I was actually thinking about self-awareness and self-restraint and maturity and, learning those skills, right? Because those are skills to be able to learn, especially if you've been in an abusive situation, an abusive connection with a person. And I wanted to talk about, the good thing of having self-awareness. So if you guys are not familiar, self-awareness is basically being able to recognize yourself, of course, recognizing yourself, recognizing your own desires, recognizing your own intentions. Thank you for the like. And recognizing, maybe how other people see you, and just kind of knowing who you are within. You get what I'm saying? Knowing who you are, knowing your core values, knowing and like I said, your intentions, your morals, and things like that. So how to become self-aware? Of course, you have to have life experience. Of course, you have to kind of have your standards. You have to have boundaries. And you have to, like, let's say you're in a situation that's maybe not ideal. The biggest thing that you can do if you want to be self-aware is just looking at it and say, okay, if I do this, this could happen. If I do that, that could happen. You get what I'm saying? So, making the best decision for yourself and everybody involved without being emotional, like being very logical about it. So those are some things to help, for those of you that could be in an abusive situation with a narcissist, learning that self-awareness. You get what I'm saying? And Kalam, thanks for mentioning me in your live. Sorry I had to leave early, but yeah, she manipulated you because I know my worth. The current supply will learn the hard way. Absolutely. Yeah, hopefully you guys can hear and see me good, and hopefully it stays this way throughout the entire live. Norma, hello. But yes, Kalam, I'm glad that you came in the room. But yeah, sorry to hear that you were manipulated. You do have people that will try to manipulate, you, or maybe try to take advantage of you, take advantage of the situation. So if you know someone's trying to manipulate you or take advantage of a situation, you want to keep in mind that individual doesn't have your best interests. They probably are jealous of you, or they don't like you, or they're trying to use you for something. They probably have the worst intentions for you. So, the best thing you want to do when you are around somebody and you get a feeling that they're trying to take advantage of you, or they're manipulating you, or trying to manipulate a situation, is you just want to get away from that individual as quickly as possible. And always remember that people like that try to take advantage of you, that try to manipulate you, they're not going to change. You get what I'm saying? So in an instance like that, you kind of have to accept it for what it is, and you kind of have to go ahead and just move on, just take it as a lesson learned. What did you learn from it? How can you do better next time? Maybe trust in your intuition, and things of that nature. Sorry, y'all. I was going to have a seat, but I don't think that's a seat. Just kidding. But yeah, you guys, so hopefully that made sense. Yeah, the current supply will learn. So there's no need to reach out to, the new supply and say, hey, this is what this narcissist did to me. Because 9 times out of 10, they're not going to listen anyway. They're probably going to think that you're being a hater. You can't move on. They're probably, the narcissist has probably already smeared your name anyways. So they're probably going to look at you as crazy, that you can't move on, and things of that nature. So don't waste your time. Don't waste your breath trying to warn the new supply. It's not going to work. It's only going to go the opposite way. and which you want it to go. It's not going to go how you think. So avoid doing that. I know I'm only saying that from experience because someone tried to warn me and I didn't listen. And I'm pretty sure maybe people have tried to warn you and you probably didn't listen. So that's pretty much, in that regards. So, but yes, you guys, let's see here. So yeah, hopefully that made sense. So again, self-awareness, self-restraint is another big thing, I think, when it comes to healing after the abuse, because being able to restrain yourself, you guys, is key. Like, that's a beautiful thing. When you're in control of yourself, you're in control of your mind, you're in control of your emotions. That is not easy, you guys. That takes practice. It takes years of experience. And I'm grateful that I have mastered that. Thank God. Because some of the things that I have been through, you guys, you would be like, what? You went through that? I'm like, yeah. So, that's just something to be aware of. Yeah, self-restraint, because, you have people like narcissists or toxic people that will try to, get you to react. They will try to do something for attention, and they'll try to do something to get your energy, or try to do something for a reaction. And it's like, if you don't give them no reaction, it's just like, that's okay, whatever, who cares? Like, so, you gain a lot of power in that. So definitely self-restraint is really a beautiful thing, a beautiful thing. And definitely learning self-awareness, self-restraint is really can save you from a lot of these toxic situations. You guys, let me know what you think. Do you guys agree with what I'm saying? Do you guys have any thoughts, any opinions, or anything that you want to add on? And you guys, let me know. How are you guys feeling today? What's your mental health check today? I know me, myself, I went to the gym earlier, so I'm definitely feeling good. I do want to work on my arms a little bit, and my legs too, but my arms, for sure. So, but yes, today has been great this far. Definitely out running errands too, so you guys know how that is. And also, just learning maturity, learning how to be mature is not easy, because, we live in a world where everybody wants to be petty, right? Everybody wants to get the last word in. People want to get the last laugh, and people want to just do stuff to make themselves feel better. Or it could also be people want to do something because they feel that it's right. You get what I'm saying? And so, a lot of times when people deal with a lot of stuff, or they go through different situations, a lot of times they're trying to prove a point, maybe, right? Or they're trying to prove that they're right. And maybe they're trying to prove to other people that that person, hey, is wrong. So you never want to get caught up in that type of game, because at the end of the day, when you have a point to prove, or you're trying to prove that someone else is wrong, really you're the one that suffers, right? Because at the end of the day, whoever you're trying to prove a point against, that person just doesn't care, so it's like you're wasting your time, your energy, and your effort. So it's just like, it's best to just stop and let it go, So, but sometimes when you're in your younger years, you may not understand that. As you get older, you will begin to understand as you get older, your maturity level should increase. Now, that's not for everybody, because you have some people that's a little older in age and their maturity level is still like how they were when they were 20 years old, and then you also have some 20-year-olds that have a maturity level of a 30-year-old or a 40-year-old. So, the maturity level, it just really depends. So you want to make sure that if you're working on healing through abuse, your maturity level is high, because you can begin to let things go. You can let situations go, people go that no longer serve you, that are disrespectful, that are harmful, and, manipulative. People, like I said, like Colum said, like people trying to take advantage, or people trying to use them, or people trying to manipulate a situation. So do keep that in mind, right? So I just wanted to highlight that to you guys. But yeah, that was something I was thinking about. Having self-awareness is really, really key. That's really a good thing, you guys, I'm telling you, because if you're not aware of yourself, of who you are, And the self-awareness really comes when you do that inner work. That's why I'm saying doing inner work is really important, because you're not going to know who you are without doing the inner work. You get me? So you have to understand why that's really going to be a key factor. And also understanding whether it's like, attracting narcissists or attracting people that are emotionally unavailable, or, putting yourself in a position to be taken advantage of. Not necessarily saying that you would do that per se, but unfortunately, you have people out there that will try to take advantage of you. And it's really a sad thing, but that's just how some people are, unfortunately. And if you are an individual that you find that you try to take advantage of people, or you try to manipulate people, just understand that always backfires. That never is going to go in your favor. You may feel like you're getting away with something, but at the end of the day, God has the last say so. So if you feel like if you're being manipulative, you're not getting away with it. So just always keep that in mind. So that's confirmation. I just heard a loud banging noise. So that's confirmation. So, but yeah, keep that in mind. And again, when people are being evil to you, you don't have to return evil for evil. They even say that in the Bible. They're like, if someone's being evil to you, just get away from that person, or just get away from that environment. You get what I'm saying? Like, because you being evil back to another evil person, that's only going to bring you bad karma. And it's also going to drain your energy. And it's really just going to be a waste of time, because that person that's being evil, that's who they are. They want to be like that. And that's fine. It's like, if you want to be evil, that's on you. Like, you get what I'm saying? So that's, it is what it is type of thing. You guys get me? So make sure you guys give this video a like, share, and subscribe. And let me know, what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with what I'm saying? And again, share with me, whoever is in the room, share with me your mental health check-in. Let me know how you guys feel. So, but yeah, I hear some banging noises, so I know that what I'm saying is right. I know that what I'm saying is definitely making some sense. But yes, you guys, hopefully that made sense. Yeah, and when you know your worth, that is a beautiful thing, you guys. I'm telling you, because you won't allow yourself to stay in a manipulative situation for too long. You won't allow yourself to be taken advantage of. You'll speak up for yourself, or sometimes you may be like, it's not even worth it, because like a situation is temporary, so you won't even need to like speak on anything or anything like that. So that's really something to be mindful of. So that's what I was kind of thinking about. There's an ambulance. Oh, Lord. So, yeah, you guys, I was just kind of keeping that in mind. And what else? But yeah, knowing your value, understanding your worth, understand that, things happen, and you learn from situations, and it is what it is. Sometimes people mess up, can make a mistake. And the biggest thing I just want to say is, don't beat yourself up. You're learning, and, other people are learning too. So I just wanted to let you guys know that it's okay. It's okay to make a mistake. But if you're consistently making mistakes and you're consistently doing something maybe that's harmful or that's negative, then that's a choice. You get what I'm saying? So you're specifically doing something that's evil, so that's your choice. So then you already know what you're dealing with. You get me? So yes, be mindful of that, you guys. I guess somebody's working on their roof or something. Someone's working on their roof. But like I said, this video is not going to be too long, you guys. I hope that you guys are enjoying your summer so far. Do you guys feel like the summer is going by super fast? What do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? Is the summer flying by, y'all? What else? Yeah, somebody is on the roof. I feel like maybe it's like somebody's trying to get your attention. Like, you know what's crazy? Like when I do these lives, I feel like I get intuitive messages. It's like somebody is like a hater. I'm getting someone's a hater. Collective. Is somebody a hater? Maybe that watches you or something. I don't know. I'm kind of picking that up. I'm getting that it's somebody close to the collective. Something like that. That's crazy. And by the way, you guys, if you ever want an intuitive message for me, oh God, here we go. Here we go. People want your attention, collective. They want your attention bad. I'm telling you. I'm getting someone's desperate. I'm getting somebody's really, really desperate. So, but yes, you guys. So hopefully this makes sense. Like I said, you know, it's okay to, you know, stand up for yourself. It's okay to know your value. And yes, I just wanted to let you guys know. But yes, practice self-awareness, you guys. Hopefully you can practice that in your life. Practice self-restraint. I know, like I said, if you're dealing with a narcissist, a lot of times it's not easy. I know I have a lot of people that reached out to me that told me, you know, the things that the narcissist does, and that restraint is just like, it's difficult. But trust me, once you realize like a lot of the stuff that the narcissist does is just not worth it, then and sometimes a lot of the stuff that other people do, even if like, if a person is, you know, maybe like they're trying to take advantage of you or whatever, and maybe they're trying to trigger you or get you upset, a lot of times you have to realize that that person is triggered, that person is upset, you know. So you have to, I know it's going to sound crazy, but sometimes you have to try your best not to internalize it. And the other thing too, you guys, is rejection, y'all. Rejection. Nobody likes to be told no, right? Nobody likes to be told no. That's a doozy, you guys. You have to be really careful with rejection. You have to be very, very careful, because how I see rejection and what I've learned over the years is rejection is God's protection. That's me. That's me. But in that other video that I talked about, where sometimes people take rejection as an addiction, or they're trying to get a reward out of something that was, maybe they was told no before, or somebody was like, no, I'm good. And it's like, you have to learn how to accept maybe not for you. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. So I'm just saying all this to say, try your best not to be selfish, you guys. It's if you are the type of person, if you're just like, you can't take rejection, it's like, that's something that has to be worked on, because you that is actually a skill that should have been learned when you were younger. Now, of course, again, this is not bashing anybody, but this is just some things to keep in mind when it comes to that type of stuff. I was told no many, many times. I have been rejected, and I have had to reject, and I've had to go on with my life just like anybody else. But sometimes you have people, whether if they're just toxic or they could be a narcissist, when they get rejected, then they will keep on and keep on and keep on and try to do things to try to get that person to say yes or to change their mind. It's just like, a lot of times you're not going to change their mind, and it's not going to be a different reality. So that's why it's best to just move on. And under certain circumstances, because sometimes, you know, it just really depends. It's like on a case-by-case basis. So just be careful with that, you guys, because rejection can be a doozy, because sometimes, because of rejection, some people will really go haywire, you know. So you just want to make sure you're not that type of person that will go haywire over being told no, because it's really not personal. So I just wanted to, you know, reassure you guys on that, and just reaffirm, like, it's okay to be rejected. It's okay. You're not for everybody, and everybody is not for you. Now let's say if you do get rejected, and your reaction is key, right? So if you get rejected and you go kind of like crazy, or you try to do something to hurt somebody, and you're manipulative and you try to take advantage, then that's going to come back to you tenfold on the negative side. So you have to be careful, you guys. You got to be very, very careful. So I'm just, just mentioning that because, certain situations. And by the way, you guys, I have finished my project that I've been working on. I'm super excited to be sharing with you guys the final release date. I'm super, super excited. I pretty much finished everything for the most part. I just got a little things I'm going to edit, but I'm very excited. And also, thank you guys for anybody that has ever supported this channel. Please continue to keep doing it. It definitely helps with the continuation of this channel, helping former victims and survivors of narcissistic abuse. That's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. We want to help victims and survivors of abuse. That's what we care about, right? But yes, if you guys want to learn more about how I can support you, please feel free to go to my website. You can go to my website and you can take a look at my products and my services and see how they could benefit you and your family, and how I can support you and your family, when it comes to narcissistic abuse, mental health, self-care, and holistic, and things like that. So, but anyway, I love you guys. We're going to definitely talk more on this topic because I feel like it's needed. We're also going to talk about the childhood traumas, right? The childhood traumas and how that can affect your relationships, unresolved childhood traumas. Because let's say if you were rejected by a parent, right? Or if you felt like your parent left you, just the slightest rejection you get from, it doesn't even have to be romantic. It could be a friend. You may take that out of proportion. You could really go crazy and just really cause yourself a lot of bad karma, So you have to be really careful to address any unresolved issues that you have with your parents. Now, some people may not have that luxury of being able to talk with their parents. So, that's going to be some inner work that's going to need to be done separately. Maybe it's some journaling or some, like a prayer or something like that to kind of like release that. So that's just something to be careful regarding that. But yeah, the childhood traumas, and then the CPTSD, PTSD symptoms going into effect after abuse. So, whether it's hypervigilance or depression, loneliness, sadness, and things of that nature. So you gotta, like I said, you have to be careful, you guys, because a lot of stuff that people do, they may think it's good. They might think it's funny in the moment. They're like, ha, 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 laughing and kiki, ha, ha. But then, a couple of days later, a week or two later, then, they're like, well, why am I dealing with this situation? And it's because of how you treated that person, or how you tried to take advantage of that person, or how you tried to manipulate a situation. You get what I'm saying? So just remember, whatever you put out, you get back. So always make sure you're putting out good, though. Even though if people want to put out evil, let them put out evil. That's on them. Remember, everybody has a choice. Remember, God gave everybody a choice. Thank y'all for the like. Tell me what I'm saying, if you guys agree. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think. You get what you put out. It's true. So if you want good, you got to put out good. All right. So I love you guys. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye, guys.